Hello, everybody. Welcome to Championship predictions for round six. Sam, pathetic show from you and me in
Was it? Yeah.
round five. There was some. Look, there weren't many home wins. There was a load of draws and a few surprises, but 3-3 was the score. So should we just
Yeah.
write that week off?
I think we predicted too early last week.
We
We
did.
didn't.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't check the team news, the all important team news after the international break. We hadn't clogged up the air miles that people had put in, and there was a lot of draws, mate. Weren't a
Yeah.
vintage weekend, was it? I was obviously very infused about Charlton, Millwall, and Southampton, Portsmouth in particular, and neither were thrilling games, unfortunately.
No, so I think that still means I'm 3-1 up. So I'll take that. But I'm sure. Well, you don't need to tell us in the car. I'm sure most of you beat us. No public apologies, at least this week, which is small mercies. Get involved down in the comments. We are predicting Championship round six. Now you know how the scores work. So we will get straight in there with an interesting one here on Friday night. Sam, it is Middlesbrough versus West Brom with. Both sides right up there at the top of the table.
Yeah, I thought a really good point for Borough because I fancied Preston in that, if memory serves. West Brom not so good at home to Derby, although looked like they had enough chances probably to get at least a point out of that one. I think this is low scoring. I think West Brom are struggling to find a bit of verve in attack. I think it's probably a 1-1 or a narrow Borough win. I'm going to go for 1-0 to Middlesbrough to keep motoring.
I was with you, 1-1 or a narrow home win. Are we missing a trick here with West Brom? Although Borough have won their opening two home games. Oh goodness, what did you go for, Sam? 1-0 Borough.
Yeah.
I'll take the draw then, mate. You've left it for me, haven't you? So tap in. I'll go Middlesbrough 1, West Brom 1. Birmingham v Swansea, Sam. Birmingham have had 2 shots on target in their past 3 games, which includes not 2 per game, 2 in the total of 3 games. They're not making very many chances at the moment. So I think they can win this, but I'm not seeing them score more than once. So if they are winning it, it's going to be 1-0. So that's what I'm going to take. Birmingham 1, Swans 0. But Swans could upset them here, couldn't they?
Yeah. I think again, like I just said about Middlesbrough, I think it's probably a low scoring home win or it's a draw. Swansea have impressed me, surprised me. Sorry. I'll take a 1-1. I'll take a 1-1 and just maybe follow the Birmingham are going to, maybe just warm up as the season goes on, despite obviously a fast start.
Leicester versus Coventry.
Oh, that's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. I mean, surely Coventry will return to finding the net rather than finding the goalkeeper or centre half's legs or whatever earth happened at their game the other day. Quite like the 2-2 here. Yeah, I'll go for goals. Open, fair, good fun. And no love lost, I would imagine.
No, not at all, no. So I've got the game between Leicester and Birmingham in my head where Party Marty played it quite sort of defensively, and surely he'll do exactly the same thing given Coventry just makes so many chances. I might take the away win here just for the fun of it, even though I think Leicester are pretty strong, certainly squad-wise. I'm going to take a 2-1 away win. Coventry to win this one. Have a bit of a gamble on that one. QPR versus Stoke. Oh, man. Stoke, nice. And Stoke have won 4 out of 5, haven't they? But QPR have got back-to-back wins as well and looking a bit better going forward. I wonder if Mark Robins are, really going to be drilling for the clean sheet here. We've had draws predicted, you and me, in 3 of these so far. I'm going to play a 0-0 on this one. I'm going to go for Robins to shut down King Kone, who, and Will Sam, but he didn't do it on the check-in podcast. Will he compare him to Ferdinand? Yeah, I'm watching for this.
Yeah, well, it's hard not to get carried away because I just think it's been so long.
What, like you're about to?
I just think it's been so long for the QPR supporters since they've had, someone who can run away from opposition defences, someone who can guarantee you a goals return. My only worry is that he won't stick around particularly long. I think he'll be listen, QPR were a top club at once upon a time in the Premier League, established. I think it will take a while to get back there yet. So I just worry that someone will come and take him. But I think this is 2-1 home or 2-1 away. And I think you could flip a coin. So I'm going to go with my heart. 2-1 home win.
Brilliant. Blackburn versus Ipswich.
Tough, because I think Blackburn's performances have been okay. Obviously, really good win the other day, but Ipswich clearly flex their muscles. I'll flip that previous result. I'll go for a 2-1 away win.
Well, this is going to turn out nasty because I'm also going to back Ipswich now. I agree with McKenna. I don't think it's just messaging that for this group, the season started after the international break. And we do this a lot with the parachute team. Sam, the 5 subs Ipswich brought on, if you were the opposition seeing that lot come off the bench, I know Sheffield United are a parachute team as well, but yeah, I quite like the 2-1. So I'll take a 2-0. Blackburn 0, Ipswich 2, and yeah, with my heart this time, hopefully the start of a winning run. It's Derby versus Preston, and the two kings at the moment, Eusty and Hecky, of the hustle and bustle and the upset victory. I just fancy Preston more at Deepdale. So I will be back in Derby. And I'll go for a 2-1. I'll leave you the 1-0 home win there on the table, Sam.
I think I'll take the draw. Yeah.
Get in there. You like Preston this year, don't you, mate?
I do. Well, I think I was just thinking, if you look at the league table, what would the biggest disparity between the pre-season predictions and where they currently sit be? It would probably be Swansea and Preston, wouldn't it?
And Sheffield United, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. In 7th and 8th, respectively. Well, in terms of, the over.
Beg your pardon.
Performing from what everyone anticipated. So, no, huge credit to them. Start the season brilliantly. I think they're good for a draw. I'm going to go for a 0-0. Stink the gaff out.
Hull versus Southampton.
Yeah, good point for Hull the other day. Southampton
deserved, I think.
Southampton yet to get going. I like the 1-1 here as well. I like the 1-1. I think it's just going to take a bit of time for Southampton. Obviously outplayed in the first half, a little bit more in the second half, but not very fluid going forward. Not much chemistry. I'll take the 1-1 here as well.
Yeah, I like your theory. And if you were Hull, you'd have had your analysts at St Mary's saying exactly what you just said, that right now, before they've got into their stride, you can get something off Southampton, can't you? Shall I go for a mega gamble? Let's go for Hull to actually beat Southampton. Can you imagine that, Sam? And I'll go, this is really going to happen? What am I doing? I don't even believe it's going to happen now. Maybe they're going to lead and then Southampton will scrape an equaliser or something just because they've got so much off the bench and so much quality. But maybe they'll do that and actually win the game. I don't know. I'll raise you a 1-1 and play a Desmond. But yeah, Southampton are not where they'll be in 3 or 4 weeks' time, are they? Norwich versus Wrexham. I don't know what to make of Norwich because, from what I understand, not only did Coventry make loads of chances, but Norwich kind of sat back and defended really against them. When I expected Norwich to be... I know Manning's a little bit more conservative, certainly more than Johannes Hoff-Torrup, but I don't quite know what to make of them. They'll fancy it against Wrexham though, won't they, who aren't performing well. So I will back the Canaries, which won't do Phil Parkinson well. We discussed that over on the Championship Check-In podcast earlier in the week. I'll take Norwich at 1... No, Wrexham will score, won't they? 2-1 Canaries, Sam.
Yeah, I like that, mate, actually. I think we'll probably see a more resolute Wrexham. We'll probably see 1 or 2 changes, and I could see them giving themselves a good account of themselves here against a Norwich team who obviously struggled at Coventry. I'll take a 3-2. I'll take a 3-2. I think there'll be goals. I wanted 2-1, maybe 3-1, Wrexham to get one back at the death and make it a tense last few minutes.
Remember, we get a bonus point here for any prediction,
I
5 or
said
more
resolute
goals.
and be better defensively there, and then said Norwich are going to score 3. Yeah.
Mate,
Okay.
it's the predictions. It's a bit of
I wanted
fun, isn't it?
2-1. I wanted late heartbreak
There you go.
after a decent performance, but I'll take the 3-2.
Pompey versus Wednesday.
That one's a bit more straightforward.
Feels like it.
Cole Murphy was good, wasn't he? Despite it being a bit of a drab game. He put in 4 or 5 deliveries. He couldn't have done a lot
I
more.
used the word John Barnes in my watch along, Sam.
Yeah, normally Bishop's there, isn't he, on hand to turn a couple of them home. I think they'll be too strong at Fratton Park. I'll go for a 2-0. And I did Sheffield Wednesday and that wonderful Michael Smith goal for Sky at Fratton last year, where they actually really impressed me. But I think what Danny Roll could do and what his team at his disposal could do is in stark contrast to what they can do now. 2-0.
100% agree with every word that just came out of your mouth. I thought Pompey gave a really good account of themselves at Southampton. 2-0 makes a lot of sense. I will take the 3-1. I'll take the same margin of victory. Sheffield United versus Charlton. We are recording. Let's completely break the fourth wall here at 11:56 on Monday. So when this is out on Wednesday, there may have been some kind of announcement as to what's going to be happening here. I think you all know what I'm alluding to, which means we'll get some kind of new manager bounce, and it'll be Sheffield United 1, Charlton 0, probably with Gus Hamer scoring the winning goal, right?
Yeah, I don't think Charlton win. Just trying to think what their team's going to look like. I suppose Ramsey's going to be missing, isn't he? But can I see Charlton getting something? I'm kind of in agreement with you, but I'll just play devil's advocate and I'll play a third 1-1. Third 1-1.
Bristol City versus Oxford.
Yeah, difficult to not back Bristol City here. I don't mind the draw. I don't mind the draw here either.
you got to stop this, Parkin.
Yeah, okay. I'll go for Bristol City by the odd goal. I think Oxford are going to improve, and I think some of the new players are showing promise. But still, Bristol City to have a little bit more firepower. 2-1.
This is one of those weird ones, Sam, where either Bristol City are probably going to win by 2 or 3 goals, or we will get the Gary Rowett 1-0 away win. He'll just pull it out of the bag, won't he? But I'm really quite high on Bristol City at the moment, so I will back them too. And they've been scoring heavily as well, haven't they? I'm going to go 3-1 Bristol City. So we are on for the public apology to Gary and Oxford if they can go there and get the win. Let's round this out. That was the Sunday game, by the way. This is a Monday nighter between Millwall and Watford. Sam's got a big advantage here because he saw Millwall in the flesh on Saturday. I'm getting my excuses in early. Millwall haven't they lost all their games at the Den this year?
Yep. Unbeaten away. 3 wins and a draw, I think.
How peculiar. I haven't had a draw for a while, have I? I'll play a Desmond here, and we'll probably do this as a watch along on the channel as well. So I hope it is a Desmond. 2-2.
Well, I don't think that it's going to be many goals, despite Watford having some exciting players. Can Millwall shut them out? Why not? 1-0 Millwall.
Brilliant stuff. Get involved down there in the comments with your predictions for Championship Round 6. Usual scores apply. Give yourself a point for a correct outcome, home away, or draw. Give yourself 3 points if you get the scoreline correct. And only 1 bonus point played for here. But if you make a prediction that has 5 or more goals and it comes in bob on, like Sam has for Norwich versus Wrexham, you will get yourself a bonus point. Sam, brilliant stuff. We will see you
mate.
Next week, and I will hopefully still be sat here with a lead of 2. Get involved in the comments, and we'll see you next time.